In the relation with Canadian dollar and United States dollar, in the news say that Trump wants to modify the agreement NAFTA for doing more favorable for the Americans. He also said that we should coordinate closely to project jobs in our hemisphere and keep wealth in our continent and to keep everyone safe. Also, the problems with the women did the Canadian writers like Margaret Atwood, who said it was largely worries about women's issues after the US elections. She thinks that Trump is going back in time and he lives in a bubble. Other news, Canada is thinking of the in a gas pipeline and for this reason there are many inversors, but the most relevant are la case de placement de Quebec, Canada Pension Plan Investment Board, and Ontario Teachers Pension Plan Board. For that, although the news is different, we thought that the investment of the pipeline was better a long position.
So, throughout this week have passed different important news where they have been reflected the fluctuation of the currencies with respect to the euro dollar and the yen dollar. About the dollar, we can find news that would allow us to develop the transactions of these two currencies. The Secretary of Defense of the United States warned that Europe is in a period of economic instability, so that its euro currency will be affected and asked for assistance to be countries that are in NATO and ATO to contribute in a fair and collective way. About the second notice, Trump News unleashes agreed controversy towards Russia, telling the media that is a scam, since they said that during his campaign, Trump president had contacts with our relationships with Russian intelligence officials, and that by middle of January the Republican wanted to arrange trade relationship with the Russians. About the third news, in about the desperation of the color since the Republican John McCain will know the critic of the Trump. He is a critic of the Trump. Trump says that due to contacts with Russia reflects problem in Washington, and that Trump president takes an bad administration with some disorder, and he has enough work to do. Although he is struggling with a growing controversy in the country about possible links between his association and Russia. And with the about the respect to the dollar and the yen, we analyze three news too. The first is that on the Friday about Japan. It's about the finance weekend of Japan, because they have several problems with United States about to make the bonds fell after the comments of senior official of the United States fell after comments from a senior who were viewed as relatively pessimistic the bad things and to major companies from both Toshiba and Nike countries where that two countries will see affected for the financial problem for the about Japan. About the second news talks about the Japanese SoftBank is a company which is one. Bueno, that company surprised the American people, the United States people, because they wanted to have the control over the American companies with respect to the telecommunications, as they have our to T-Mobile and Sprint to become a fusion to make a fusion, and they want to make the providers of wireless services, but these have been discussed in front of the Federal Communication Commission of the United States, as they have imposed completely strict rules. To conclude with the third news is that Japanese companies are looking for the evaluation of business investment in the country, but companies are less optimistic about the capital spending in the United States due to uncertainty about the government policies from Trump. In the vote transition, we developed a short position because we take the decide because the vote the currency has the depreciation against the dollar, which about the meaning of this transition is that the both currencies were down, and we made the transition of short position.
Well, the respect to Great Britain pounds with United States dollar, the first news said that the Britons find their purchasing power eroded by soaring prices. It looks like the United Kingdom consumers' remarkable post-Brexit resilience is finally coming to an end, said James Smith. The pound fell after the data and went down 0.7% at $1.2408 United States dollars as of 10 a.m. long time. Also, I knew where the company CVE have a problem with the salaries of the workforce. For that, advocates of pay ratios said they will help reduce a pay inequality that has troubled Prime Minister Theresa May. Based in the news, we decide to do short position because the relation is down for the different problem with bot.